We're dealing with 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 6,829 miles on the odometer. It is a Friday, November 29th, 2024. Welcome back to the Please Subscribe show. Been thinking about lately, since we've got the MacBook Pro, printing out Grace, aka Wear Vlog, which I should be able to print every page out without any problems. I'm sure it was a Dell issue, or what they say, a gate. So we'll be able to print out every page, and then we'll hole punch. I keep the hole punch in a place where Kitty is not allowed. And then we'll take 3 gold brads, 1, 2, and 3, plug it in. We'll put a Hollywood address on it to a place called Grim Life Collective. Well, to a box, and it'll be sent there because 2 of the characters I want them to look at. Here is the butterfly, and the 2 characters that I'll be sending it to is Michael and Jessica for the roles of the Grim Vlogger and Vlog Pyra, which are 2 vloggers, maybe playing 2 vloggers, so versions of themselves. Now, of course, they can always turn it down, I understand that, but there's other vloggers that could stand in line, or other actors that could play vloggers. But it's one of the opening sequences, if I'm not mistaken, it is the opening sequence of Grace, aka Wear Vlog. Now, to delivery. All right, 3.7 miles, 10 minutes. We will arrive at 5:49 in the PM. Yesterday, that amount. A message for the action man. Saw the details far away. The shaking of nothing is giving us into the champions and synthesis. Ashes to ash and fun to fire. We know major time. Can I tell myself I stay clean tonight? right, point 7 will arrive at 6:47 in the PM. It'll take 4 minutes. Struck the hour. So Ozzy from Black Sabbath talks about how the devil will be laughing and spread his wings as these war pigs will be crawling on the ground, kind of like snakes almost, with their bellies on the ground, very similar to the devil himself. He's talking about the militant that work for the rich, basically authority figures, and they would be begging for forgiveness of their sins. They'd be almost kind of like hopeless in a way. This is also talked about in church all the time. This is also called, this song right here is called Luke's Wall. But it's basically based on a roadie, a person that followed Black Sabbath. But it happened to be a coincidence that there is a person called Saint Luke, one of the apostles. And Wall, why they say Wall, I don't know, but it's supposed to be two. Oh, another guy's name is Wall, I think. Luke and Wall, I think. Yeah. But anyway, regardless, it's prophesized. And in Alighieri's poem, Divine Comedy, known as Dante's Inferno, the devil is frozen, waist high. His 3 faces. One face looks to the left, other to the right. Those 2 faces hold Cassius and Brutus, Ute Brute. One betrayed country and the other betrayed family. One betrayed brother. And the center mouth being eaten from the legs outward, meaning the legs stick outward of Satan's mouth, is Judas Iscariot, who betrayed God and God's commands, which is to love thy brother and be forgiven at all times, and also to be forgiving. It's an action verb. It's a command to forgive always. Doesn't matter what they do. If you do not do that, you will meet a demise. Even though Ozzy Osbourne prophesies in Black Sabbath, he was spit upon by the church and called a Satan worshiper, even though he probably had more knowledge than most of the ministers. Nothing here. Yes. In Alighieri's world, the devil is frozen to the waist high in the center of hell. Well, actually, it's at pretty much the bottom level of hell, which is in the center of the circle. The circle, which are known as canons in the book. So he writes basically chapters, but they call them canons in Alighieri if you've read it. Dante's Inferno, or the Divine Comedy, as they say. There's different levels of hell. So depending on what you did, you would be at a certain level of hell. And it's all hot and steamy. Well, it's just miserable, burning fire, and all these different punishments that people did throughout their life. Now, at the very, very bottom of hell, it's freezing cold. It's not hot, it's cold. The devil's frozen to the waist down, and basically like this giant pond. He beats his wings, and the cool air from his wings bouncing off the skin of the ice blows into these ventilation systems, basically cooling different areas of hell so hell can exist. Basically air conditioning. It's Alighieri, Divine Comedy, known as Dante's Inferno. So it's something that he pretty much probably predicted in this song.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah.
Now's the time to dance. Do, 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 do. Count the headlights on the highway. .7 miles. 8 minutes. We'll arrive at 9:18. Choo choo.
This world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, begging mercies for the sin.
This song came out in 1970. There were lyrics by Ozzy Osbourne, performed by the band Black Sabbath. Just before, well, a little time before he became a solo artist, which was Ozzy. I believe the album is known as Paranoid. Color Purple coming up. Right now, we're going to focus on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which will open November 29th and end December 23rd, a day before Christmas Eve.
Laughing spreads his wings. Oh, yeah, yeah. stops turning.
The fountain drinks are the most taxing. Flagpole sitter.